Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video. When we bought this car, I was expecting this to take a lot longer and be a lot more videos. Chris has cracked on with it, got it on the ramp, same as he did with the BMW, and said, there ain't no point stopping now, Rob, let's get on with it and get it done. In the last video, he completely welded and sealed everything. Today he's going to move on to the bodywork. So nice short intro, he is going to crack straight on with it. He's got this seam here that's going to need a little bit of bog work, a little bit of filler work, all of the welds all the way through the door, the join up here through the quarter panel, and of course right down round through the light, round the back, and of course the seam sealing will come after he's done that. So loads to be getting on with. Let's let him get straight on with it.
So that is the bottom half in filler now. Don't know how well that's going to show up on camera. Unfortunately on this arch, because that is a rolled edge, literally wraps the inner skin, and when you use a second-hand panel you just can't avoid putting a slight ripple in this. So you can see there, it is very thin skin, but I've gone all the way around that just to true it up really. But the process now is put the wheel on, drop it on the floor, and I'll do that bit up there. So that's the bulk of the filler done now on the quarter panel. I have just put a bit in a few pinholes, nothing too major. If anyone is interested on that bit of time lapse, you can slow it down by pushing the 3 little dots. But anyway, it's now time to get on with that door. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but it is quite ripply through there. So I'm going to get the dent puller on that in a minute, but I'll DA it back to bare metal first, and then we go from there.
I must promise you all, I have not been down the pub while Chris has been doing this. I've actually been outside today and running around like crazy. In fact, I've been all the way to Nottingham. For those of you that follow us on Instagram would have seen that. You have cracked on with this, mate. It's a nice surprise to come back and see this car, apart from knocking down that little bit of stopper, is ready to bag up and prime.
Yep.
You've nailed that door.
Yep.
We was umming and ahhing about that, and you've decided that you're saving it, which is lovely, because it's going to save a lot on paint as well.
It is, and the other doors on there got a couple of little bits of stopper.
Yeah, didn't this have a little tiny mark in it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just got a couple of pinholes there. I did feel the scratch. Obviously now it's flatted back, you can't see that,
Yeah.
but that has been filled. So,
You've nailed it though, mate. So this
get
is
some primer on it tomorrow, Rob.
so this is going to be another one that's going to in the queue.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll prime it tomorrow, and then the following day, flatten the primer, and then remask it, and do that. Shall I take it up so you can see it?
Oh,
that texture finish on the...
on the sill.
Yeah, the only thing with that is that product we use, it's recommended to do wet on wet.
The
Worth
Worth.
UK, yeah. So sprayable PU sealer. So hopefully I can blend that in and get that texture and see there's a masking line there.
You did on the last Polo,
Yeah,
mate.
funny enough, it was
right at the front.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Needs priming first, and then mask up or flatten the primer, then mask that lining and try and put that in. And then when it's while it's still not fully cured, it's going to have some base coat on it.
Yeah.
So I may as well base coat the inside of that door, base coat the shut around the window aperture, etc. Put a bit of lacquer on that at the same time, and then when that's cured, we can actually hang the door before it goes to the paint shop.
Yeah.
And then they just have to put some soft edge masking around it, and they can paint it with the door on, can't they?
Yeah, you certainly got a lot done there, and I think I'll be right in saying, you know, since we dropped back to 2 videos a week, that is allowing us to actually get a lot more done on a particular project. I'm not saying the video's longer, but it is giving us so much more flexibility.
Well, I suppose we made a rob for our own back in that we didn't like to put consecutive videos out on the same vehicle because we found people preferred us mixing it up, didn't it? So we'd have to chuck a car out and get a different project in to do a bit on that. But now we can concentrate.
I mean, this is going to come after that outside, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah. So, guys, we have to be careful what we're saying.
It is, because there's a video on this already made. Yeah. It's not actually gone out yet. We'll be going out tonight.
It will be going out tonight. Just so that people are in the picture, I'm going to put a little bit in today. So, why Chris has been doing this, I went to Nottingham yesterday while he was doing this. And also today, I've been outside recording that, which you've already watched now.
Yeah.
Right, so you can see how we work, basically.
Yeah.
That's not even in primer yet, and I'm still working on that. So
this probably won't go out for a week, will it now?
No, so it'll be after that.
Yeah,
so we have managed to get ourselves ahead a bit, and again, have a lot more time on the projects. Like, I was able to go to Nottingham for that, and I've just been at Gallardo Motors and got every part for it. So it's just fantastic. So, right, we're going to leave it there anyway. Too much waffling going on, and we'll wait till the morning and get that primed up. We're at that point, guys. It's all quite self-explanatory. It is all panel wiped, tack clothed off. It is ready to hit with some primer. All of the repairs are 100%. Chris is really happy with them. Every single bit of it masked up, including the ramp. It is quite hard to do it in here, and of course you've got all that extra work, but it's on the ramp, it's got to be done. The bit on the door there, and of course he's got this door here ready to prime as well. He's just mixing the paint up there now, getting set up, and I'm going to carry on outside with what I was doing. So not going to be able to come probably back in here now until it completely dries for a few hours. So we'll leave you in Chris's capable hands.
Seen from that bit of time lapse, I got that primed. I didn't film too much of it, a bit repetitive really, but it is the next morning, and that is the primer dry, guide coated up. There's a door there as well. So I'm going to get on now and get that flatted off, ready for the next stage.
is almost there with it, guys. Really got a lot done there. All of the seam sealer, so the original stuff that was removed from the car, so all the way up there. I know quite a lot of you already know this, but the seam sealer, the way Chris has done that, is actually replicating the factory. It's never, it's never beautiful, is it? They never do it beautifully. So you can see these lines he's done here are exactly the same as the lines that was already there. You can see them up there, and nothing's tidy. There's little spills everywhere, isn't there? So that is all of the actual hand seam sealing done. The brush on.
Now it's the spray sealer.
The PU.
Yeah. So that's the textured finish that goes on this seal. I've brushed in with brushable on there to build it up a little bit, because it is so thick on this that it just if you've got to be careful. If you put it on too heavy, too quick, it drips and runs and makes a right mess. So
I've just zoomed in a little bit there. So this here, obviously Chris is going to replicate all the way along here. He absolutely nailed it on the last one. Well, I'm sure you're going to nail it on this one.
I don't know, it's a bit of a lottery, isn't it?
You do have a little bit of a practice though, don't you, sometimes on a bit
of cardboard over there.
He's already made a start on that. Let's zoom in a little bit. You can see there. So Chris will get as near as he can to that texture, and then of course put it on there, and then once that is starting to tack off, you put the paint on.
Yeah, what I do, this piece of masking is temporary. The car's masked, ready for painting, so this bit will be removed once that PU is on there.
Because you then paint over the top of the PU. That's and it's
what they call it, wet on wet.
Wet on wet. So we'll leave you to crack on with it, mate.
Right,
I think you are you're there with it, aren't you? And it just looks like factory again.
Yeah,
doesn't it? Absolutely perfect. Let's get on with it. Absolutely perfect. Now I know straight away some of you are going to say, Chris has painted that quarter panel, why didn't he blow in and paint that door and lacquer it and finish painting it? It's not ideal conditions out here to paint the whole outside of a car. Also, Chris never ever proclaims to be a painter, and on a car like this, you actually personally don't feel like it would be good enough. Sorry, we haven't asked Chris to put his mic on because, as you can see, we're off today, but yeah, you didn't want to paint it, but you have based up with what was left there.
Yeah. Basically, because we wanted to paint that silver door.
Yes.
That's in there. You went to get some paint for that, and we said, well, while we're doing that, we may as well do that shut, and the door can go on before it goes to paint. Just speeds it up, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So now, where this shut is all done, I'll show you the door in a moment. The door can be hung on there. We can put all the latch in it, and it can go to the paint shop, and he will literally flat off this side, and he will blend all of that into that door. That door's got a repair on it as well. But if, guys, you can see, lovely finish there, Chris. Yeah. So lovely finish in there, all shiny. If you come round here, you can see that is actually cloudy. This is just a bit of base coat thrown on here. It was left in the gun. Yeah. It's a nice ground coat for the painter. He'll scotch that off or flat it off, and he can go straight.
A bit of 800 probably, once whizzing over that.
Bit of 800, and he can mask that up and paint it. I'll just show you the door briefly. So you can see, Chris has probably put this on Instagram. I don't want to ruin it.
Do you know what? That's a good idea. I will put it on Instagram. Project.
He's actually cut up a load of pallets, and this is all of the feature wall that you're making for the new office.
That's it.
Out of recycled timber. So anyone that's not on Instagram has now seen that. And of course, the door. So you kind of get it, guys. It's all based up. Everything's done. This door can have the latch put back in it and actually be hung and bolted on the car. You can see all the inside edges done all the way round. Everything's done. So the door can actually go back together, and the painter can just flat that off and paint it and blend it into the car. So that's how far we've got with it so far. Look at that, guys. Beautiful little car now. All repaired. Just needs a bit of paint work. All inside there, all done. All the inside of the door. Chris has fitted. Took the old door apart, actually. Didn't realise until it come to fitting this up that this has actually got electric rear windows. And the other one was obviously keep fit, wind up. He managed to swap all that over. Luckily, the latch in this door was the same, the central locking latch, because our one, of course, was destroyed. But the motor mechanism and all that was untouched. So Chris was able to swap that over. Obviously, once that's painted, if we need to make any final adjustments, we can. But that is ready to go to the paint shop, flat off, and for them to paint. And that's made their life really easy, and I don't think we're going to have to wait around for very long with this one. As soon as it arrives there, they can pretty much crack on with it straight away. You're never, ever, ever going to know that that's had a quarter panel in it. It's just not a way of telling. Chris has made a lovely job of it, as usual. So let's get it outside and take some pictures of it, I suppose, and then ring up and see how long it's going to be before the paint shop can take it in. So as usual, Chris made an outstanding job of that car. And like I said, from the beginning picture I showed when I actually picked that car up, it actually looked like it had been undone with a tin opener. It was actually, the way it was ripped open and all folded back on itself. And when I see the actual inner wheel arch ripped out when we pulled the tape off, I thought, oh, this is not something that we've shown on the channel before. I was quite looking forward to actually seeing how Chris pieced it together. And it all come together and it all went back on exactly its factory welds, what it come off of. So overall, really, really excited about that car. Even though it is only a little 17 reg 67 Polo, that is still such a lovely little car. I think when we bought it at the right money. We bought it from the owner. So it come with both keys, it come with all the book pack, come with a V5 logbook. It's really nice when you get all the history and all the keys with it. Ultimately, when the cars do come with one key, that's normally when someone has an accident in a car, it goes off to £1, whether the police pick it up, the insurance company pick it up. They never ask you for your spare key. So people just tend to leave it in their drawer or throw it in the bin. Back in the old days, you used to be able to chase previous owners, but that's a thing of the past now. And if you do that, you'll get banned from the auction where you bought the vehicle due to GDPR. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on too much. That car is in a bit of a queue at the paint shop. We've actually got the BMW 2 Series at the paint shop, and I know he's done quite a lot, and that's going to be coming back very soon. Have we got another one going before that, Chris? I'm trying to think now. There is a possibility that the Focus could go or that could go, but regardless, there is a little bit of a queue, and he is a one-man band, the guy we got doing it. So that want to be back when it's back, and it is just going to be one more video after this, and that's crunching the numbers, putting the seats back in it, and I suppose getting it washed, MOT'd, all of the usual stuff, etc. So guys, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. 50% of you watching are not currently subscribed. If your subscribe button is currently grey, that means you are not subscribed. So hit that, turn on the notification bell, follow us on Instagram for the little sneak peeks and to reach out to us at Salvage Rebuilds, and also Chris's Instagram page. Do keep getting a lot of people saying, what's the name of Chris's channel? This is mine and Chris's channel. He only has his own Instagram, and that's Salvage Rebuild Chris. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you all very, very soon in the next one.